Hey everybody, welcome to Lesser Saints of Discord. We're doing some new shit. Streaming on Kick now. I'm Jables.
Yep.
And then Rimshee and Sir are here too.
Kick with 0 viewers on Kick. We're on Twitch with 1 viewer on Twitch.
And it's not really a viewer, it's a bot.
Or it's me.
Or it's me. Yeah, this number is all fucked up anyway on Twitch, so who knows. But Kick, we have 0 viewers. We're starting out so strong.
It's expected.
Yeah.
No.
Not that anyone was watching, but if anyone watches this video, the VOD, that fucking echo with the music, that was purely because of Kick. They leave their stream dashboard, the stream preview, unmuted.
Oh, that's fun.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Alright. Well, I seem to be having some issues. I need to restart.
Okay.
Oh, figure.
Yeah. Right as the
We're
stream
gonna have
started.
dead silence for a whole 30 minutes while Jables goes through the arduous task of restarting his computer. He has to replace some Nixie tubes and a cathode wire and...
Wonder if you can even reliably find cathode wire anymore.
I'm sure you can. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna Google it.
Oh, might as well start looking for vacuum tubes while I'm at it.
Shop bulk copper cathode wire from all over the world at Alibaba.
Of course it's Alibaba. Man, that's an internet name I haven't heard in a while.
I mean, technically, cathode wire is just wire, so any wire you get could become cathode.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. There are things with you.
Oh, just living the dream. Living
Wish
a
I could
dream.
say
I don't
that.
know if it's my dream.
Perhaps it belongs to an android.
I dream of electric.
I was going to say that you are the electric sheep. You just don't know it.
All of life is a simulation.
Well, that's what some people speculate.
Imagine if all of life is a simulation, and Jables is the subject of the simulation. How fucked up would that be?
Don't put those thoughts in my head. I used to smoke a lot of weed.
Perfect time.
Man, what the fuck was that show? Where, like, at the end it ended up just being, like, all in the head of, like, one dude? Fuck, I can't remember it now.
Hey, Bio. Hi, Larry.
Larry! Yeah, welcome to our first simulcast, folks. It is...
We've got 2 viewers on Kick.
Hello! Welcome, new people. I can't
Don't know
see
who
you
they
because
are.
I forgot to set up my account. I'll have to do that at some point.
Yes, you will.
We are very new to this. That is also a good possibility. I welcome you to the show all the same. Even though you're already here. Hopefully Jables comes back soon.
Yes, I'm back. Sorry.
Aha! There's Jables. Now the degeneracy can continue as normal.
No, Larry, I can't do that because we're still on Twitch, technically.
Yeah, we haven't fully transitioned. This is just the beginning phases.
Yeah. Yeah, well, if we were exclusively on Kick, maybe. Why not, Larry? Why don't you follow us?
Aha! I have access to the moderator dashboard now.
Hooray!
At least on my view.
Larry, why aren't you joining Kick? It's platforms change all the time. You didn't always have a Twitch account.
I haven't had a YouTube account since they forced the merging of YouTube accounts with Gmail accounts.
That was like 15 years ago.
I know. I haven't had one since then.
God damn.
Because at the time, they're just like, you need to do this now or we're taking away your account. I'm like, well, fuck off. I already have an email. I don't need a Gmail account. I was like, well, fuck you. We're deleting your account.
Alright.
Hey, Jables, post something in Kick chat.
I will assume it was amusing.
I just said fuck you.
Sufficiently
Alright, now
amusing.
you have moderator dashboard access.
Cool. Does it look any different?
It's mostly the same.
Okay. No, I was just seeing if I had like a badge or something. Alright.
Seeing if you had a little sword.
You have a badge.
A crown of some sort.
Yeah, you've got a crown, and then if you refresh right underneath the stream on the right-hand side, it shows a it has a moderator view button, moderator dashboard button.
I'll look at that another time.
This crown denotes your status as mod nobility.
Alright. So, sir, tell me what's been going on with Disney.
So, Disney's kind of in bad financial straits at the moment. I don't know how much anybody's been paying attention, but Lucasfilm's most recent outing, Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny, also known as the Phoebe Waller-Bridge vehicle. That movie released 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
Its worldwide box office is just barely limped past 310 million. It's
I still
dead.
haven't even seen a trailer for it.
This movie had a $300 million budget. That's before factoring marketing, distribution.
Well,
So-
they did shit for marketing because I didn't even know they were making it until after it came out.
No, we're not specifically bitching about writers, Larry. It's more just talking about how Disney is selling like a third of its holdings.
Yeah,
We're talking about a movie that flopped. So I guess we are bitching about writers a little bit.
oh no, it's more than just this movie that flopped. Elemental flopped. It's like the 4th Pixar movie in a row to lose money.
Well, I think part of that is because of the strike, people are like, oh, we shouldn't go to the movies and stuff. It's like, and even the writers are like, no, go to the movies. They were already made. Like, support that. That's good.
I think that implies that the American public gives more of a shit about Hollywood writers than they actually do. Because, like, from everything I've seen, like, people, you mentioned, like, oh yeah, the writers are on strike, and they're like, oh, okay. No one cares.
I do. Every time they go on strike, really shit TV shows start getting made.
Well, yeah, but
That's how we ended up with
entirely
reality
different
TV.
You get a whole bunch of shit stuff, and then you also get a whole bunch of gems.
Yeah, because the writers and actors unions did approve like some indie movies for people to take part in, along with a couple A24 movies.
Mm-hmm.
Because A24 is going to make these following their demands.
So, Disney has suffered a string of failures recently with their movies. In addition to that, they're losing money on the parks, which has never happened before.
Yeah.
So Bob Iger was recently in like a meeting where he basically more or less laid out that Disney's looking to sell about a third of their assets.
That's a lot.
In this case, they are selling pretty much their entire television division. Like ABC, FX, Disney Plus, all on the auction block.
Okay, cool. I'm fine with that. I didn't like Disney Plus to begin with.
Yeah,
The
Disney
UI
Plus
was
is crap.
shit. I only used it with my roommate's account.
I use Disney Plus all the time, but I've got
You have a
little
kid.
one, so.
You have a kid. It's different.
Yeah.
But you know, like
I don't like their UI. I don't like how they changed episodes of things that they've acquired.
yeah, or just like dropping episodes altogether.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll agree with that.
Like there are certain episodes of The Simpsons that you just can't watch on the service.
Yeah. Larry, I use Disney Plus to watch one show because my friend was like, "You'd really like this show." It's like, "Cool, let me use your account."
Because I ain't paying for that shit.
Yeah.
What show was it?
Oh, I forget what it's called. It's a cartoon. It's a kid show.
Mm.
The weird, like,
newer?
mystery... Newer. It's the Mystery Spot one. It's fucking...
Gravity Falls.
Yes.
Gravity Falls is pretty alright.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed it.
I'm also a fan of the Bad Batch.
But yeah, it's like, you know, like they're talking about like I said, like one of the things that they're going to be selling off is FX, and it's just like the contract, like for them buying Fox, isn't even 4 years old.
They only did it for the superheroes, I think. Which they should have just made a licensing deal.
Yeah.
Spider-Man.
Also, the rumor that the current asking price for all of this television stuff is in the ballpark of like $8 billion.
Yeah. They own a lot of shit.
Well, here's the thing, though. is that, assuming that they even get that, the company is projected to lose $1 billion in just the next year.
Mhm.
So even if they do get somebody to take that sale, a full eighth of what they'd make off of it is going to go straight to debt collecting.
Yeah, well, they're saturating the market with their style of show creation. So
The market is
Yeah.
absolutely saturated to. It's oversaturated.
hmm it's not fun.
I miss Disney hand animation.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think the
I won't shed
entire
a tear either, Larry.
I think
Well,
the
yeah,
entire collective worth right now of like everything Disney is somewhere in the ballpark of 100 million, 100 billion. I mean,
didn't they just lose the copyrights to Winnie the Pooh and Mickey
oh yeah, they're
Mouse,
losing
recently?
to a bunch of shit.
Yeah,
Yeah, their manipulation is finally starting to reach its limits,
yeah.
and they're not as
Could only get them to change the copyright laws for so long.
also they're not as politically favored as they used to be. Especially not in Florida.
Yeah, for those of you that don't know, the reason why copyright laws are as extended as they are now, Disney.
Also, Biotech
Yep.
Babe, you wouldn't hire Amber Heard to once the bed is already shat. You outsource the shitting of the bed to her.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, like, I wouldn't be surprised if, like, in the next couple of years, like, the Disney Corporation as we know it just gets bought out entirely by another entity.
Who would buy it out? Disney's so fucking big.
Yeah, you
Well,
have to
as I said,
part
you know,
it
like,
out. You have to part it
Well-
out.
no, like, as I said earlier, it's like, it's believed that, like, the entire worth of Disney is, like, 100 billion. Like, that's what they're estimated at.
hmm
Apple's estimated overall worth is like 3 trillion.
Yeah.
They
Oh,
could
yeah,
take
but
all of
that's fair.
Disney and not lose any sleep.
That's
Amazon
fair.
could probably do it too.
They could take all of Disney and it would be like giving your kid a $10 allowance. $1 trillion is so much fucking money.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be a glorious shit show.
Like I said, you know, like, that's like current projections. Considering that Disney's is basically being forced to sell off a bunch of shit at the moment, it's like their worth is only going to drop.
Well, they shouldn't have tried to buy everything. I was so surprised that nobody was like trying to be like, hey, this is getting into monopoly territory.
Well, you know, like, I was talking before we got on about that video that Razer did. He's actually, like, you know, a lot of people tend to forget that we're only about 15 years removed from Disney's last bankruptcy scare. It's like, and what did they do then? They went on a fucking buying spree. They bought Pixar, they got Marvel, they got Lucasfilm.
I thought they already had Pixar.
Well,
No, they
Pixar-
didn't originally own
they started
Pixar.
They were working with Pixar to start with.
Oh, okay.
And it was Pixar and Disney for a bunch of movies, which is why it was both were credited. Nowadays, it's done differently. It's a Pixar. It's Disney's Pixar movie as opposed to a Disney and Pixar.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, Disney was the distributor, kind of like they do for Miyazaki films in the States.
Yeah, I don't know, them buying Pixar doesn't really.
Pixar. They went on a Pixar purchase spree, or they went on a IP purchase spree. So
Yeah. Basically, they bought a bunch of stuff because they were failing, and they became profitable again through like a string of like successes, through Pixar and especially the Marvel movies. But now that success is drying up, and if anything, they're losing money on these properties now.
All right.
oh, cool! We have 5 viewers on Kick.
That's fun.
So it's like they tried to buy their way out of a hole, and now they're just right back in it again.
Okay. Well, maybe don't put out 50 superhero movies a year, so I have some incentive to go see one once in a while.
Yeah, it's like, they've taken the exact, worst way to like go about it. Like, this is especially true with Star Wars. It's just like they announced like 20 or more different Star Wars projects, and it's just like, fuck off. No.
It's potentially fun. The problem with Marvel is that you now have to watch all the series, you have to have seen all the movies, and then watch all the series just to stay up to date if you want to watch a new movie.
Yeah, in order to watch, it used to be you just had to. You could watch the movies standalone. There'd be a reference here or there, maybe, but it could basically be standalone. For the most funny, you watch the rest of the movies, and then they started introducing the TV shows. And now it's at the point where if you're not caught up, don't bother watching it.
Yeah, I watched the new Doctor Strange movie, Universe of Madness.
Fucking mess.
I was
Absolute mess.
I was a little lost with what was going on. That's for sure.
And it's a ploy to get you to watch more of their IPs.
I'm not falling for it.
Not
Fuck you,
their
Disney.
IPs, more of their movies and TV shows, and just kind of get you butts in the seats, so to say. And I think it's having the opposite effect.
No, everybody's worn out. We're tired.
I just want to watch what I want to watch. Why do I have to know what's going on with Wanda in order to watch Doctor Strange?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
I'm
also
interested in Wanda, and that's because she's a woman.
A whammon?
She's a whammon.
not a whammon.
She's a whammon.
But also, it's just like, let's be perfectly honest with ourselves. It's like, oh yeah, it's like we should watch She-Hulk. It's like, no, we shouldn't.
Why? Why would I watch a character that has no development or growth or troubles?
Yeah, people will take shows like She-Hulk or movies like the new Mulan, the live action Mulan, or
I do hear Wanda's pretty good. It's just I can't.
I'm not
I don't
bringing
have
up
time.
Wanda specifically because I haven't seen
Oh
it.
no,
I just want to
WandaVision-
clarify. It's not because I hate women. It's
WandaVision had a promising start.
It just fizzled from what I understand.
More like it went completely off a cliff, but
Yeah.
But yeah, they complain about shows like She-Hulk and Rey from The Last Jedi and all that.
they're making a
And
new movie with her.
Mulan 2, the live action one, and say, oh, they just hate women. Arcane is a prime example of a good TV show with a female lead. Why?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
She's
Arcane had
written
rave
fucking
reviews.
well. She has motivation. She struggles. She pushes forward.
Well, the thing is, like, what I would say, like, even more so
She
to like,
fails and gets back up.
what I would say even more so, like, to kind of bolster, like, the quality of Arcane and why people should, check it out, is that even people who knew fuck all about League of Legends enjoyed the show.
Myself included. And honestly, okay, so here is one thing I really like about Arcane. It's kind of obvious that two of the main characters are same-sex and romantically attracted to each other. At no point during the show do they explicitly say that they're lesbians, that they're attracted to each other. It's all very much implied. And they at no point do they say the word lesbian or anything like that. Why? Because in the world, there is no difference. It's just accepted. Those words don't exist because it's just a relationship.
Yeah. I mean, like, we've stated on here in like previous like shows, you know, like it's like whenever a character just comes out and it's just like, you know, like, hello, my name is gay, and that's their entire character. It's just like, would you please just go away?
Yeah, well, it's even like when we were talking about that 90s show. The gay kid, the only time it really came up was for like an actual character building story point where he wanted to come out to Kitty.
Yeah.
That's it.
And preparation for coming out to his parents.
Yeah.
But, you know, like, so, you know, my main point is, you know, like, sexual orientation is not a character. It's not a personality.
It's a character trait that should not necessarily even be at the forefront. Now, there are exceptions. You can absolutely do a story where the sexual orientation is front and center of the story. It's possible to do that and do it well.
Yeah, that episode.
But if you're going to, you gotta understand that the character is not, hi, my name is gay. The character is, hi, my name is Ethan. I am gay. This is my story around coming out to my parents, or this is my story around how I met my husband. Something like that.
Yeah.
Birdcage is a great example. You got two of the main characters, played by Nathan Lane and Robin Williams, are a gay couple who own a drag club, and their future in-law counterparts, potential future in-law counterparts, are very straight-laced Republican politician and his wife. Hilarity ensues. But prime example of sexuality being front and center of the story, and it still being a fucking fantastic story.
It's a fun movie.
It's great. If you've never seen it, go watch it.
I didn't get around to watching it
Because,
this
like
year.
I said, it's got Nathan Lane.
Yeah, I was just
and
going to
Robin
ask.
Williams.
It's like, you haven't covered it on a Pride Month previously, have you?
Oh, we've watched it for the previous 2 Pride months. We didn't do it this year.
Ah, I see.
Yeah, we wanted to watch more stuff that we hadn't seen.
I mean, we got Holiday Heart out of it.
Holiday Heart. What was that one?
The one with Ving Rhames.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that was... Okay. Yeah.
That's the second time I've had to remind you what that movie was.
It was late. I was tired. Playing games on my phone.
It was also batshit insane.
Yeah. Weird fucking movie.
Yeah, I don't know who the 5 people viewing us on Kick are, but hello to you all.
Hello.
There's rumors that the numbers are fudged a bit.
Oh well.
You know,
Very well could be.
you
Wouldn't
know.
be the first time we've had robots.
Yeah.
Hell, in Twitch right now, we've got the Restream bot because we're simulcasting using Restream. So I wouldn't be surprised if one of those is the recent one, but that still leaves 4, of which 2 would be Jables and myself. And assuming we're including us viewing via the Lesser Saints account, that still leaves 1 person viewing who is not accounted for.
Nice.
We see you.
I don't know why you're looking at all this jazz cabbage.
Jazz cabbage.
I don't know.
It's probably best that we don't explore that.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I don't know why I just used a slang word for weed.
Might have something to do with your history.
Yeah, it's possible. Okay. So, you want to expose some shitty journalism?
Do
Which one
I?
are we doing?
Joe Rogan.
Alright, let me pull it up.
We're not actually going to read this article. We're just going to bitch about shitty journalism.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, Larry, this is one of those times when he didn't say some dumb shit. But that's not the point of why we're talking about it. So, this article, this is not the time, you fucking idiot. Joe Rogan blasted self-indulgent Gal Gadot for absurd social media parlor trick that gained 6.6 million views. This article was written July 20th, 2023.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday. This article is about when Joe Rogan called out all the celebrities for singing Imagine at, like, the beginning of the pandemic.
Yeah.
You're 3 years late, almost to the day. Why are you bringing this up right now? There's no reason. The only
I didn't
reason.
look at what the actual subject was. I thought this was something more recent. I feel
No.
gypped now.
No. That's why I included the line, the fact that this article came out today. And I put that in the topics. As just something I want to talk about. Yeah.
Whoever... I'm not even going to try pronouncing that.
Charanya Sankar?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's almost like this was a disgustingly low effort click piece.
Yeah. Oh. Joe Rogan, Gal Gadot? That'll get clicks.
So yeah, could you have tried to be a little less transparent?
Yeah.
Charanya is a mom, bookworm, and cinephile. Having completed her master's degree in journalism and mass communication.
I think you need a refund.
Yeah. Writing is one of her passions. When she is not running behind her 11 and 9-year-old, she spends her time watching and blogging about movies. She enjoys a range of genres, from Indian mass entertainers to Hollywood and world cinema. God, as I keep going, I keep getting closer to what's-her-face from Schitt's Creek. Her
Hey, Cats,
interests
thanks for the
also
biddies.
include analyzing pop
Thank you,
culture
Cats.
in movies and music. Hi, Cats!
Yeah. What other stories has she written?
I don't know if it's as low effort as this trash.
wonder if this linked article at the bottom also read Arnold Schwarzenegger, Henry Cavill, and Dwayne Johnson share this one workout trait that drives Joe Rogan insane with anger.
Yeah, it's called steroids.
Yeah.
For those not in the know, yes, actors take steroids when prepping for roles. And the
Henry
dude's
Cavill,
also
Henry Cavill seems like the one who actually moderates better than the other two.
yeah. But it's also they also dehydrate themselves
Yeah.
for those shirtless
That's
shots.
That's more for bodybuilding, but yeah, sometimes in cinema that's definitely
Yeah, for anybody that was confused or
Well,
has been misled
also-
by those garbage V-shred like YouTube ads. It's like, yeah, actors hit the juice. There's no way you get gains like that in that short period of time if you don't. It just doesn't work like that.
Yeah, and I mean the common misconception about steroids, I do have to say, is that you just take steroids and now you're buff. Really all it does is shorten your recovery time so you can put more work in. They still put in the work,
Yeah.
but they're able to put more work in because they're shortening their recovery time.
Yeah, there's a
They're
reason
able to
why
put more work
anabolic
in and get more
steroids
out of it.
There's a reason why anabolic steroids are classified under the wider umbrella of what we call PEDs, performance enhancing drugs.
Yeah.
It's like you still have to perform, but these help.
Kick is another streaming service.
Yeah. Shouldn't be that hard. Lots of people. You're on Twitch. Everybody on Twitch has been talking about it. Yeah.
The reason why a lot of Hollywood actors don't fall into the same traps as like you see with biggest example being professional wrestlers is that they don't tend to use the juice for nearly as long periods of time.
Yeah. It's purely just to get into the shape for the role, and then they get off of it. Wrestlers just on it all the time.
Yeah, especially if they want to maintain that look.
Yeah.
Like one of the biggest examples is probably Triple H. It's like you could tell when that dude was on the juice because it's just like, holy shit, look at that dude.
Well, yeah, and they're touring, doing shows like what, 45 weeks out of the year at the least.
Like, I think one of the biggest examples with Triple H is that like he tore one of his quads. It was actually a pretty gnarly injury. And like he was out for a bit, but by the time he came back, like the dude had muscles on his muscles. It's just like, god damn.
Yeah.
But as you said, you know, roids helps with recovery time.
Yep. Hey, don't talk about flat Earth in here. You're gonna make me start going to debate servers again. Make me start itching.
It's like, oh, stupid arguments.
Yeah. Seems like a lot of fun. I'm 1 month clean from getting into stupid arguments on the internet.
Yeah, I don't believe you.
Outside of the show. It's allowed here. That's fine. This is a contained safe space. But me just like going out looking for people to argue with, yeah. I haven't done that for like a month. Okay, maybe
Yeah.
maybe a day. Maybe a week. I don't know. Been
Yeah,
a
if I
while.
need cancer, I just look into Mauler's Discord server. An insane argument that broke out earlier about Jurassic Park and whether or not it's a good movie.
There are
Objectively,
definitely
yeah.
issues in there, but if nothing else, Jurassic Park was benchmark, the high bar for special effects of its time.
Oh yeah, it's a landmark film.
To the point that even today, those special effects fucking hold up really well.
They held up better than Jurassic World's effects.
Well, yeah. That's what happens when you
hold-
mix practical and digital effects.
They hold up better than the Thing's special effects, the new one. Or the more recent one. Is that the Thing too?
What?
I said they hold up better than the Thing 2's special effects.
Okay, so the thing about The Thing, I believe that was the 2011 one. I can't remember now.
Yeah, 2011.
The thing about that movie is that they actually did shoot the entire film with practical effects.
Yeah.
You know, like
I'm fully aware.
They had puppets and full animatronics and makeup. Like, they actually did everything. And then the studio came in, looked at us like, nah, fuck all this practical shit. Do some CGI effects over it.
Yeah.
Because
And it makes it look like the remastered versions of the original Star Wars trilogy.
Yeah. I mean, not that it would have made that movie a better movie, because the story is still fucking trash, but...
There's one scene in New Hope that I always think of when it comes to the remaster versions, and it's when you first meet Jabba the Hutt.
Yeah.
The theatrical version was just a guy. And then when they remastered it, you see Han Solo walk behind Jabba the Hutt, and he just sort of jumps up real quick because he's stepping on Jabba's tail or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then
that was because they realized their mistake with having him walk behind the guy, and they're like, fuck, what do we do here? Open up.
Well, no, Jabba the Hutt wasn't originally supposed to be the guy that he was in the later movies.
Oh, I know.
Yeah.
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 My point is, they were like, oh, this will be great. Shit, we didn't think about this part.
Yeah.
And George Lucas, like, retroactively make it look like Han shot first. He didn't shoot first, George!
Also, yeah, and his excuse for that was he wanted people to be more sympathetic with Han. But that's not who Han is. Han shoots first.
Yeah, also,
that's a great character trait.
In that situation, Greedo has made it expressly clear to Han that he's there on orders from Jabba to more or less kill him, and Han doesn't give him the chance.
They also fucked up the cantina scene too with that weird, goofy-looking alien singer.
Yeah.
I'll say he wasn't the worst thing in the world, though. He's pretty brief.
But yeah, Greedo comes in, sits down, and basically tells Han that you're a fucking dead man. And Han's like, cool story, bro. Bang.
Yeah. Yeah, Harrison Ford always shoots first.
Explain later.
Yeah, like in that one Indiana Jones movie when that guy pulls out the scimitar. Indy
Have you ever-
You know why they
pulls
did
out
that,
the gun?
right?
Yeah, have you heard the story behind that?
Didn't he have like an injury and he didn't want to do a fight scene?
No, he was suffering
sick.
from dysentery.
Oh.
He was sick
Yeah.
and just didn't have the energy to do the highly choreographed whip scene. So
So he
And-
just went
and-
to Spielberg and he's like, what if I just shoot him?
no, I thought he did that as part. I thought he did that. Like, I don't want to do this. I'm just gonna shoot him, and pulled out the gun and did it. And they're like, and no one reacted to it correctly as if it was the shot. But Spielberg saw it and was like, you know what? I like that. We're putting it in. Reshoot.
Only thing is, it's like, it's one of those happy accidents that actually works out better in the film, because it's like, if you think about that scenario, it's like, it's just giant dude with a giant sword. Indy has a revolver. Of course he just shoots him in the chest. Why the fuck wouldn't he?
Yeah. Yeah.
I just love Harrison's expression. It's like, that's cute. Bang.
And then every time that's a reasonable use of force later down in the other shows, suddenly he's missing his gun, or there's some reason he can't use it.
Yeah. It's just a little too far away. It's
But at least they give a reason.
Yep. For sure.
Like, we know that if Indy has his gun, he's gonna shoot this guy. How can we
Also-
make sure that he actually fights this guy?
Also, it
Alright.
just must have sucked, you know, like, shooting a movie on location, shitting your guts out.
Oh, guaranteed.
Yeah. Well, I don't know. I heard Harrison Ford was a bit of a wild guy. Smoking
Yeah.
weed off tin foil in the back of a limo and shit because he didn't have a pipe or papers.
Wasn't that with Carrie Fisher?
It was with a lot of people.
Carrie Fisher had a very well-known coke habit.
She had a very well-known everything habit. Did you see the tox report after she died? Holy shit, she partied.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, everyone wanted to be the
She
one
was
to
doing
help
enough
her
shit to
with
make
her-
me blush.
Everyone wanted to be the one to help her with her bikini or something like that. So one day while shooting, she just fucking walked over to the Xerox, threw her tits on top of the glass, hit start, and just made a bunch of copies and passed them out to the crew.
Mhm. She also fucked a lot of people on set.
Yep. We don't really get actresses like her anymore. It's different
Yeah.
times.
Now we just get leaked cell phone pictures of Jennifer Lawrence with cum on her face.
Speaking of
Probably leaked by her.
speaking of leaked photos, has anyone seen the Snow White shots?
I saw a picture of the quote unquote dwarves.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Wow. Kind of in relation to that, I saw like it was like some sort of like British like television show, I think, or like a morning show, where this gay dude is trying to like explain to Hornswoggle why dwarves are, you know, like not progressive and needed to be replaced.
Yeah.
God, this looks like a mistake.
Here, Rimshee, I'll post a thing for you.
Yeah, I think that they should just release that directly to Disney Plus or something.
And bury
But-
it as quickly as possible.
Yeah, cause can you imagine this shit getting a theatrical release?
Yeah.
Well, it's Disney, so yes, I can.
On the plus side, they do still have one dwarf.
Yeah. Somebody made the joke. It's like maybe he like lied about his height so that he could sneak in.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember when we covered they weren't going to be hiring dwarves anymore because fucking Peter Dinklage threw a bitch fit.
Yeah,
Yeah, that's the
fucking
one I was
gnome.
looking at, Gables. That's the exact one I was looking at. Is that supposed to be Prince Charming in the front there?
No, that's one of the dwarves, I think.
No.
I do love that because they talked
That's
about
the
that
eighth person. There are 8 people there. Which one's Prince Charming?
Might be. I don't know.
Yeah, he looks like he's dressed to be Prince Charming. How he's carrying himself is like I would expect a Prince Charming to carry himself.
Yeah, but why would he be there? He doesn't show up till later in the story.
Because it's... How do you know with Disney these days?
Well, like we've already heard comments from the actress portraying Snow White. It's like this movie's gonna be more about her and not about like finding love and everything. It's like, yeah, because I haven't seen this particular plot line a dozen times previously.
Also, fuck you, Peter Dinklage, for pulling the ladder up from behind you. Fucking asshole.
I love how
I know the
Drinker called him out about that on the... Because I was watching Open Bar and they were talking about this, and he's like, yeah, he's like, why do you think... They asked him, like, why do you think Peter did that? And one of the things that he mentioned was jealousy. And I'm like, yep, spot on. He is a capricious little shit that doesn't want success for anybody but himself.
Yeah, his character in Elf is way too accurate to the person.
Yeah. Yeah, both.
He was not acting there.
Like, I think Wee Man wanted to be one of the dwarves, and I think Brad Williams also did too.
Mm-hmm.
But
Brad Williams is a funny guy.
I love Brad Williams. Yeah. Those of you that don't know, Brad Williams is a dwarf comedian.
His words.
Little person? No, his words are midget.
Oh yeah, you're right. He has used dwarf though. He has used dwarf.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a
because he has
his
dwarfism, so it's accurate. But he has no problems with the word midget. He has a whole bit about it. It's like it sounds fun. It's magical. It's midget.
Oh, his bit about being a sportscaster for the Giants.
Yeah.
Or something
I
along
also like
those
his.
lines. I'm not gonna be gonna support a team that's been trying to kill my people.
Yeah, I like. He also has a bit about how he can't go to the mall around Christmas because all the parents keep telling their kids that he's one of Santa's elves.
Great times.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, go check out some of his specials, people. He's a really funny guy.
Yeah, I like him. He hasn't forgotten what he is. He just doesn't want anyone else to climb up the ladder to get to that, to get up there. He knows any tall person will be able to just vault up to the next level, but he pulled up that ladder so no one his height or shorter can get there.
Yeah. Yeah, he's actively trying to make sure that nobody else gets a chance.
I didn't get a role. Why should anyone else?
He's even been in movies where it wasn't a requirement for the character to be a little person. Like, anybody could have played that character and he still got the role. So what is he fucking bitching about?
Yeah, I said, I think it's mostly just out of capriciousness. It could also be, you know, like trying to appeal to the woke mob.
To be fair, Larry, I don't think he's been the bigger man a day in his life.
He was in that fucking movie called Tiny Shoes where Gary Oldman played a dwarf.
Mm-hmm. Oh, but that was a different time, Jables. We're more civil now.
That was when he was having trouble getting acting work. So now nobody else can get it because he has to be the only dwarf in Hollywood.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And go ahead, Peter. Try to sue me. What are you gonna get? My sunglasses? That's all I got.
But if he takes your sunglasses, you won't be able to wear them at night.
Yeah, because when my gun blasts, it's so bright. I know.
Yeah, I never dared watch it either.
Thank you for getting that. Fun here.
I've heard mixed reviews about the Willow show, Larry.
I hear that the writing's pretty much pieces of shit that they've taped together, but that there's certain things that are all right in it.
I said, you know, I always pitch it to somebody. It's like, okay, it's like, so this is a show that's a sequel to Willow, right? And it's like, right. And it's like, so our primary focus and the main character that we follow is Mad Mardigan's lesbian daughter. Also, she's a bitch.
Oh, so you've seen it?
I've seen enough.
Okay. Yeah, this is why I usually just wait for other people to watch things. I do the same thing with video games.
And of course, you know, like,
for other people to play them.
She's a bitch that has daddy issues, of course. It's almost like you can see the writer there. Only those issues can never be resolved in this show because you can't have Val Kilmer because he has throat cancer.
Yeah.
I don't think
they
he
could
still
write that
has
into the
throat
plot.
cancer. I could be wrong though.
No, he doesn't have throat cancer anymore, but it's hard for him to
his
talk.
voice is fucked up because of throat cancer.
Yeah, it's basically destroyed. Just throat.
Yeah, but they could write that into the show like he got his tongue cut out for something. He got his tongue cut out for the events that happened in the Willow movie.
Yeah,
I mean,
and just
you
like
can always do what Top Gun Maverick did and use a voice synthesizer for him for the couple of lines that he quote unquote verbally speaks, and for the most part it's text and actually typing on a computer while he's present on screen. Yeah. My God, that was a fucking fantastic movie. I will die saying that's a fantastic movie.
I mean,
still haven't watched it.
Thinking back on it, I have more problems with it now than I did when I initially watched it. But I still think it's a good film.
Yeah, no, there's definitely issues with the film. I'm not gonna argue that.
Like, if we want to be perfectly honest with ourselves, oh yeah, it's absolutely fun. But like, if we want to be perfectly honest with ourselves, that entire last act makes no goddamn sense.
The timeline of the movie makes no sense. I don't care. It's great.
But
like, oh, no, we've got 2 weeks to do this mission. Oh, like we're a week in, and Iceman dies. Now we're gonna have his funeral. Now we have 2 days. Somehow within the span of 2 weeks, they've had 2 months worth of shit going on.
Well, that's just kind of regular movie time progression logic.
Yeah.
I can't really fault it for that.
No,
But
you absolutely can.
But now my other big issue with Willow, obviously, is that it's the Kathleen Kennedy fucking Lucasfilm formula, where it's just like, let's bring back a beloved male hero and just make them a sad, bitter, pathetic loser.
Yeah.
It's like, they did that to
Get
Luke
all over
Skywalker. They did that to
Spear
Willow.
'em and
They
shit.
did it to Indiana Jones. It's like all three of them.
Why are they trying to Clint Eastwood up all these fucking characters?
Clint Eastwood isn't sad and pathetic.
Well, no, it's more like a crotchety, slightly pathetic. I'm thinking of the movie Gran Torino.
Yeah, but
Even then, like, he was crotchety, but he was not pathetic.
That's fair.
He was a crotchety old man, but that was the character, and it was never anything but.
Okay, but to these other people looking in that want to raise female characters that have no problems with them whatsoever, it looks pathetic. It looks like a pathetic old man, but it's not. I understand it because I know what they're going for.
You know what good writing is.
Oh no, man.
I wouldn't say I know what good writing is. I love a lot of really bad shit.
That scene,
it's bad.
That scene in Gran Torino when he comes out of his house and he has just that M1 rifle pointed at that dude's face and tells him that they used to stack fucks like him as sandbags in Korea.
Times like these, I wish we were exclusively on Kick so that I could actually quote the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Just like, man, Clint Eastwood is old as shit, but he still has a lot of fucking presence.
Yeah.
Oh god, yeah. Now all of his shit is pretty decent. Like, he went from being the young guy and doing a bunch of good stuff as the young guy. When he got old, he started being that crotchety character, but he did it so well. I mean, Gran Torino is a prime example of it. But there's also, and you cannot, it's fine if you dislike these movies, but like, another good example is Heartbreak Ridge.
Mm-hmm.
He's absolutely the crotchety motherfucker, but he's not. He's not some pathetic piece of shit like fucking Willow or Luke.
Yeah. You know what, Larry? You were right. We are going to bitch about the writing, and you also say in this show the only good writing is Star Trek.
It only took us 45 minutes.
Yeah, I don't mind some like wokeness and stuff. It's all about the characters. That's all I have.
If it's
good
well
characters.
written, I could care less about a lot of the subject matter in.
Because if it's well written, it doesn't. If it's well written, it doesn't matter. That's the thing.
Well, the way I look at, I never tolerate, like, quote, wokeness, because it's not like a philosophy, it's a political agenda.
Yeah. Wokeness for wokeness sake sucks. Having stuff that is woke is fine.
Well,
yeah, I mean,
Star Trek.
I think people are free to make it, and I'm free not to watch it. No, especially modern Star Trek is not well written at all.
Speaking of which, getting close to being done with DS9.
Have you watched some more since we last talked?
No, I've been saving it for you.
Yeah, we're in season 7 now. The last episode we watched was Covenant.
Was it? I'd
Yeah.
have to look it up.
The one where Ducat's on that space station with his little
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
which
that
is a
was
good
wild.
episode, intense episode. Not quite as intense as the episode preceding it, which was the siege of AR-558. That's a really grim episode. Probably one of the grimmest episodes of Star Trek.
Larry, did you just want us to talk about Star Trek?
Anyway, back on to Gran Torino.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, if you want to talk about what is well written, generally it has to do with how well the characters are written. I don't have a problem with woke ideology in a movie per se. It just so happens that that's usually a sign that the movies or TV show's not gonna be well written.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because
Not
it's being used
because-
as a vehicle for the ideas instead of telling
not
a story.
because it has it in it, but because that becomes the focus. There have been some exceptions, such as I think it's Rinks or something like that. It's supposed to be the fairies school show that's UK on. I think I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. Or Winx, Fate something blah blah blah. In the pilot episode, there's some obvious like woke ideology shit, but that's probably about the only time you see it, or at least the only time it's so front and center. Just because it's there does not mean it's bad. The more it's there, the more likely it is to be bad.
Yeah, creating it the main focus is the problem.
Yeah.
Like
when you as an
Jennifer
audience
Lawrence said
member-
that she's the first
Female action
lead.
hero.
Yeah.
It's just like,
Go fuck yourself. Jamie Lee Curtis is more of an action hero than you are.
Well, also the fact it's like, it's like, yeah, Barbed Wire wasn't a good movie, but Pamela Anderson was still the star, and it was an action film.
And that's not even talking about like aliens.
Larry,
Yeah,
sprinkle,
Let's just
sprinkle
completely
it in,
forget
that's
Ellen
fine.
Ripley. Completely
no,
forget
Larry-
about Sarah Connor before they ruined her in Dark Fate.
Larry, it's fine to sprinkle it in. Have a reason for it. Or don't make it like a forefront of a character. It can be part of a character. That's fine. But to have it be the lead, hey, I'm gay. My name is so-and-so.
I'm gay. My name is Gay Brandon. I am gay.
And I think the other mistake that you're making there, Larry, is that like, if it's a Hollywood production and you want it to get picked up, yeah, you're probably going to have to make concessions to the shit. If you're going independent, you don't have to fuck with it.
And if it's truly sprinkled in, you'll hardly notice. Unless you're one of those people that got really pissed off at Buzz Lightyear.
Well, in that case, it didn't help that,
That was
Chris
bad
Evans...
writing to start with.
Also, Chris Evans kind of coming out and antagonizing people. It's just like, stop doing that.
Yeah.
It's like,
It was
when you
bad.
sabotage your own film by going after the people that might potentially see it, you're not doing yourself any favors.
Mm-hmm. I'm talking more about that one scene where there was like a lesbian kiss. It's literally half a second.
Yeah.
It's not going to register. with
Well, yeah, it has to
any
be half a second so they can edit it out for the Chinese market.
Yeah.
That's what they did with Rise of Skywalker.
All right, Rimshee, pull up Winnie the Pooh.
Moment.
I'm joking. You don't actually have to
Here
do
we
it.
go.
That's-
Yep, too late.
like I gotta mess it up a little bit. Yeah, it's labeled as "fuck China" on my sources.
Nice. Oh, so you just have it. All right. It's
Yep.
just there, ready to go. Got
Yep. Because fuck China.
it.
Don't trust
Yeah.
China. China is asshole.
Oh, Larry. See, this is why you should create a Kick account just for us. Because we'll go. There's so much more we can do.
Fuck China isn't kick mode. Fuck China is all mode.
Yeah, we've been saying fuck China for a long time.
Oh yeah.
We just haven't had reason lately.
Yeah.
Well, on the show.
Yeah. I wake up and I say fuck China.
Fuck the CCP. That's our stance here.
Oh, Larry. Larry. You naive little boy. It can be. It's annoying not being able to go down certain avenues to express our creativity in other directions when we have so many restrictions on us. It hinders creativity to be on Twitter.
Mm-hmm.
Because there are directions we could go that would be a lot of fun. And we could really play around with a lot of stuff. I can't say it on Twitch. There was that bit that I was telling you guys before the show. The way that I would have to set that up for Twitch, not as funny as if I set it up on Kick.
Yeah. Also, I just can't be nearly as angry here.
Yeah, I gotta watch my language because I got a kid in the house.
You have a kid in you? When'd you get pregnant?
I said the house. But I didn't get pregnant. I
Has
had
Miss
lunch.
Rimshee been pegging you again?
I don't think that's
Actually,
how
I
that
didn't
works.
have lunch.
Shambles.
I did not get a chance to eat today.
Oh, okay.
Oh no.
Larry,
Which was
yeah,
really
that's-
exciting when I came home and my wife had fried chicken, collard greens, and cornbread just about ready to go.
I didn't. Oh wait, that's right. You are black.
Don't forget the collard greens and cornbread.
I will say this, as oh fuck, what's his name? I suddenly can't.
Yeah, Larry. That's fine. Kick being new and the people who went there you don't fuck with. So yeah, yeah, that's fine. I totally understand that.
We're just letting you know now that eventually we are going, regardless.
Well, maybe. We're still playing it by ear.
Maybe
We're gonna be
continue
simulcasting.
multi-stream, I don't know.
Yeah.
Until Twitch is defunct, in which case we might start multi-streaming elsewhere too.
Yeah. We'll see. We might even just go back to YouTube.
Yeah, we might end up streaming on YouTube. Which is kind of just becoming a pain.
Nip, big old pain. Pain in it.
Yeah. Larry, how many people do you follow on Twitch even? It's Jeff, Nick, and us. Isn't
If
it?
that.
And Habib.
Habubu?
How many people do you actually watch? Yeah.
I didn't know we were considered that fun, Larry.
Oh, he has. Why do you think he keeps coming back? You can't quit us.
I mean, just look at how long you've been subscribed, my dude.
Day one. Day one sub. Anywho. Oh, I watched Bert Kreischer's new movie. It was fine. I got really irritated. Because the movie makes him seem self-aware, but his behavior on podcasts and everywhere else negates all of that. So I don't...
Jables?
I
there you
have reason. Yeah, sorry.
His brain died.
Yeah.
Happens to me all the time.
Either
If it keeps happening, he'll have to reformat and maybe even replace it. And that's not going to be a good day for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, the movie, he seemed like pretty self-aware of his faults, but every time I see him on a podcast or anything, I get the exact opposite impression. And I wonder if he thinks that it's just a movie, so all of that self-awareness is fictional, and that's not how he actually views himself. I don't know. The movie seemed like a bit of a therapy session that leaked out.
Wait, which movie again?
The Machine.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the new movie that came out.
Yeah, I haven't seen it yet. My wife and I have been planning on watching it.
I mean, go ahead and watch it. It's fun at parts, for sure. I didn't laugh out loud at a lot of it.
Yeah. There is one thing that I did see in the topics that I did want to touch on briefly, seeing as how we've been talking about all this media-related shit.
What, that
Is,
excellent screenshot I got?
No, I was talking about Whoopi the irrelevant walking out on The View.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
what
did
happened?
Okay. So, there was some sort of concert going on. I forget who the singer was.
Mm-hmm.
And some people in the VIP section were just like taking a quick selfie. And she yelled at them about taking the selfie. Like, the show's up here, blah, 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 blah. Like, I don't know. They're just taking a selfie. And Whoopi took the position of, for their ticket, they looked into it. It was like a $750 ticket to be where they were at.
Uh-huh.
And Whoopi's like, you paid $750 to see them. So, you should be enjoying the concert and not taking selfies. And somebody else is arguing, what, you want to share your experience? Go ahead and take a selfie.
No.
Have something to, like, relive the moment a little bit. And then Whoopi just was not having it. And kept going on. And I have a couple stances on this. One is, I understand where Whoopi is coming from, because Whoopi came up through stand-up comedy. don't do that at comedy shows. Go fuck yourself if you're gonna do that at a comedy show. It ruins a lot of the flow, the audience being involved and engaged with the comedian, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Concerts, though, I'm totally cool with that. Like,
I can see multiple views on this. On the one hand, it could be disruptive to those around you, but they're also in the VIP section, so I'm pretty sure they are not necessarily going to be disruptive or be disrupted. But
Yeah.
on the other hand, they paid for their tickets. It doesn't matter how much they paid. It's their money. They purchased the ticket. They get to decide how they get to enjoy it.
well, at a music concert, it's non-disruptive to do something like that. It doesn't affect anybody else's experience when you're doing that. At a show like that.
Or it does depend. Sometimes it could, but it depends on the concert. It depends on the seating. But for the most part, I think you're right when it comes to a concert.
Yeah. Yeah. But I have to reiterate, do not do this at comedy shows. It'll pull the other people around you out of the situation, which is necessary to tell the jokes. So,
yeah,
don't do that.
Be aware of your surroundings.
Yeah, I think that one's pretty straightforward.
Yeah. Like, I went to go see Amon Amarth. They had an excellent stage show. The drummer was on top of a dragon that breathed fire. They were having, like, sword fights on stage and shit. And I got out of the mosh pit because I was tired. Yeah, of course. Mosh pits are fun, dude. Got out of the mosh pit, went to go get some water, and I'm just sitting up on like this balcony where the bar was. I'm checking it out, and I took a little short selfie video of like a sword fight going on stage. This is dope.
When you say
and
sword
that was
fight,
like 10 seconds.
When you say sword fight, my mind does not go to where it probably should.
That sounds like a you problem, my dude.
Yeah.
But it's specific to Jables.
Rimshee is gay.
I'm getting worse and worse at hiding it.
Yeah.
I just assume anywhere Jables goes, someone's gonna try starting a sword fight.
No, they were dressed up in like medieval clothing and fighting with actual swords on stage.
That's pretty fucking badass.
It was yeah, in front of a dragon.
Our battle shall be legendary.
Yeah. It was really fucking cool.
And all the while there's metal music wailing in the background.
Yeah. Yeah, Norwegian death metal playing while a Viking and a Crusader going at it. Pretty fucking dope.
In front of a dragon!
Yeah, this economy's crazy, but I don't get it.
This was like 2017.
No one can even afford to put vertical adjustments in vehicle seats anymore. I had to buy a booster seat for my new work truck. I wish I was joking.
I've seen multiple things now where like a bunch of like guys who like work in like, you know, construction or, you know, like any other sort of like contracting business. Like a bunch of them are trying to get their hands on older pickups.
Yeah.
Yeah, well actually, though, I learned why all you get are these big pickups these days.
Well, yeah, like one of the main things that I've seen and what I was going to mention is like what a lot of them are bitching about is like, and why they're trying to find older pickups is just like, these things are too fucking tall.
too tall, too wide. But the reason why they're too tall and
They're
too
too
wide,
tall and they don't have usable bed space.
but here's why they're the size they are. The EPA has a chart, a sliding chart, where depending on your wheelbase, defines how much of a how much fuel economy you have to have for a internal combustion engine. Period. And as a result, I mean, you can still make vehicles that don't match that, but you have to pay a fee for them. You have to pay a fine for each one. So what do companies do? They make the bigger vehicles because those fuel economies are much easier to meet.
Yeah.
That's why you don't see like the S10s or the nearly car-sized Ford Rangers or anything like that.
No, I wasn't talking about those. I'm like talking just like the standard like half-ton pickup.
Yes,
range.
but it's the same but the reason
I
that
know.
it gets bigger, it's the same reason. But this is also why you don't see those smaller trucks. The EPA said, "Fuck you. You don't get to have the things that you don't get to have the things that are actually closer to what we want you to succeed at. Instead, you have to, in order to not get fined, you have to make the shit that absolutely guzzles fuel."
Yeah, and it's tall, dangerous, hard to see out of, difficult to load, not practical.
Yeah, like I have a 1997 Chevy K1500. For those who don't know, that would be a modern equivalent of a Silverado with a four-wheel drive capability. That's what the K was for. You had K and C. K was four-wheel drive, C was two-wheel drive.
Yep.
It was a 1500 in 97. Today, it is smaller than a Chevy Colorado. It is less wide than a Chevy Colorado. And
the Colorado is supposed to be the mid-size truck.
Yeah.
I just want a little Toyota Tacoma. So.
Those are again standard size 1500 from 97, same size as the mid-size vehicles from today.
You know, like my dad has a 2018 F-150 XL, and without like a step stool, I cannot just like step up into the bed of that truck. I just can't. My legs aren't that long.
Yeah, I would absolutely be looking at a Silverado or an F-150 or something like that if they were the size of the Colorado or the Ranger. I can't get a Toyota because they always break down on me. I don't know what it is about Toyota in particular. It's not even the parent company, because I don't have the same issue with Lexus.
Hell, like
straight up Toyota, the bad.
The closest thing that you can find today, like size-wise anyway, to what was available previously is like the Ford Maverick, which is a compact truck that's built on the Focus platform.
Oh, and it just looks like shit.
What?
Ford Maverick looks like shit.
Oh, I don't think it's a particularly attractive vehicle either.
Isn't it a hybrid too?
The base model isn't, no.
Yeah, you can get it hybrid though.
Yeah, the base model, I'm pretty sure, has like the same like Ford Duratec which is just the Mazda L 4-cylinder.
Yeah, honestly, modern vehicles all look basically the exact same. A Chevy looks like a Chevy truck, a Ford truck, a Dodge truck, all look basically the same. The Toyota looks basically the same. It's probably the one that stands out the most among the three because it's Asian in origin, but it still looks basically the same.
And there are videos online.
Basically the same.
I don't like modern vehicles.
There are videos online that explain why this phenomenon came about.
It all looks the same. It doesn't matter what you get. Visibly, it all looks basically the same. Interior is where it starts to look different, along with the guts of the vehicle. That's where it looks different. Unless you're talking about a Lexus and a Toyota, they're the same thing for the most part. It's just the badge. And that's weird, because it's just the badge difference, but I have so much more luck with Lexus than I do with Toyota.
Well, Lexus is the luxury branch of Toyota.
It is, but it's still basically the same vehicle. And yet, I have never been in a Toyota that hasn't had
just like, every
issue
just like every Acura is a Honda.
Yeah. No, I'm not arguing. That's my point. It's the same. But because one has a Honda badge and one has a Lexus badge, I have nothing but problems with Toyota, but Lexus I don't.
Yeah, I've had zero problems in any Toyota I've been in. I've had a lot of problems with Chevys though.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, modern vehicles are just kind of shit on a couple of levels. For one, the lack of right to repair, and yeah, this gets Louis Rossman, I get it. But the lack of right to repair.
I was gonna say, yeah, I watched that video, Rimshee.
No, I actually do pay attention to this stuff.
Yeah. Mazda is fucking notorious about that.
Yeah. BMW offers you a 2,000 or some absurd dollar plan subscription just to unlock the full range of the equipment existing in your vehicle.
Yeah.
Fucking subscriptions for butt warmers that exist in your vehicle.
Butt warmers are really nice if you live in colder climates.
Yeah, butt warmers are nice, but all the hardware exists in your vehicle, and you have to pay them for them to turn on the option in your car.
Yeah.
It physically exists there. With a little bit of this or that, technically you can get it to work. But how it comes out, yeah, I know you can hack it. I just said that.
Yeah, there's currently laws going into place to try to prevent it. Or there's laws trying to be put into place to prevent stuff like that. And yes, you can hack it, but as of right now, they can technically also sue you for hacking it.
Yeah, basically anything goes wrong, you have to bring it back to the dealership because no one else has the authorization or the software, the proprietary software or the proprietary hardware in order to fix the vehicle. They're trying to get away from OBD2 sensors because of some loophole in the law. If they do wireless diagnostics, they don't have to provide software for that. And as a result, it limits it to only being able to go to a dealership or someone authorized by that company. And the only reason they're going to be authorized is because they paid the fee. Oh, they went through our training. They know our standard. Yeah, it's really just the fee that matters.
Yeah, one of my farmer buddies pays a ridiculous amount of money to a really experienced mechanic that can pretty much make anything work, given enough time, like access to parts. just to keep the old vehicles going because of how fucked up all the new vehicles are for tractors and stuff.
Oh yeah, that reminds me. I can't remember what state it was in, but basically, John Deere was like trying to lobby to get some kind of legislation to basically make it illegal for people to like try and like work on their products or like try and fix their products, and
Yeah,
it got struck down.
Yeah, which is good. Yeah, Louis Rossman talked about that. I think we all watched the same video.
Yeah, because it's well, because like what it got ruled as, and I agree, is that it's massively anti-consumer.
Yeah.
Honestly,
Yeah.
advocate for your state to not fuck over the consumer.
Yeah.
Right.
Not just that, like advocate for your property rights.
Advocate for if you can work on it, you own it. Because right now, if you quote unquote own it, they still technically own it because they can decide what you do with it.
The EU recently passed a law that all electronics made after, I think it's like 2027, have to have removable and replaceable batteries that the consumer can remove and replace.
They also have a law passed that means that if there is a hardwired connection, it has to be USB-C.
Yeah, it has to be universal. So
you know what? You know how Apple's gonna get around that?
What?
They're not gonna have a hardwire connection. It's all gonna be wireless. They get to still have their proprietary shit.
Yeah, but with the other law that they have to have removable batteries, you can figure. Yeah, that is a way around it. You're right.
Yeah.
Fortunately for me, I'm in the company that makes wireless chargers.
The EU may be a backwards authoritarian nightmare, but at least they sometimes throw the people a bone.
Hey, give credit where credit's
due. They can make a proprietary charger. Proprietary wireless charger. So, there's that.
Yeah. Yeah, my company has deals with Apple already. We're good.
That's still fucked up.
Actually, our deals with Apple are kind of shaky. We deal more with Samsung. But...
I dislike Samsung too. I like them more than I like Apple, but I dislike Samsung too.
What do you have against Samsung?
They're also very anti-consumer. They're nowhere near as bad as Apple, partly because they don't have control of their own OS to limit everything. So it is on Android, so there is that openness. It is it can connect to Windows, all that stuff.
They also don't have nearly the market dominance.
There's that too. At least, well, Android has the market dominance overall, but yeah. Apple for any single phone is the largest.
Yeah, but if you start getting into Apple, then you get the Apple laptop, then you get the Apple TV, and now you're
the
just
Apple
Watch. And you got the iPad and the Watch.
Yeah, and then now you're stuck in an ecosystem of Apple. So getting a phone that's not Apple is fucking ridiculous.
Like I said, I don't dislike Samsung as much as I dislike Apple, but that's partly because they are limited by what is actually theirs. The hardware and some of the software contained within is theirs, but they do not have a proprietary OS that is used.
Yeah. Larry, our country is bigger than your entire fucking continent. Apple makes a lot of money here. Yeah, I had like an iPhone 3 And then after that, I didn't want Apple anymore because fuck it.
Also,
I've
you
never,
can't say
I've
that
never liked
nobody.
Apple.
You can't say that nobody wants that shit outside, Larry, because if that were the case, then China wouldn't make so much money selling bootlegs of the shit to other countries.
So Apple computers are really great for photography and video editing. So there's a lot of
but
people.
the best software is still on Windows.
Well, that's
Yes,
the thing.
best-
Like,
yes, but it's more intuitive. It's a lot easier to use on Apple.
if you just want
I'm not
something, if you're a generalist that just wants something that you plug it in and it'll work, Apple's fine for that. If you want to specialize in anything, PC's your route.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah.
It also seems like Apple has a much more user-friendly interface, but that's just because of how much shit they actually limit from people.
Oh yeah.
And by limit, I mean hide deep inside the settings so that you don't know where it is, so you don't even know you can change it.
Yeah. Yeah, back in like iPhone 3 to like iPhone 5 days, I recommended people get an iPhone because it's just training wheels for smartphones.
Yep.
There's so much that you can't do. You're not really gonna fuck it up. So
Yeah, it's just like one of those, like, future is coming, people. It's a coming.
like I was happy with my iPhone 3 just to sort of get used to how smartphones worked and stuff. And then I switched over to Android because I was like, customization. This is fun. Let's get some
my
Doctor
first
Who
true
ringtones.
smartphone was the Droid.
Yeah.
I just dived right in.
Yeah.
And I don't regret it.
My first
Night
smartphone
Cats.
was an iPhone 6 that was given to me as a hand-me-down.
Wow, all the way to the 6.
I didn't get my first cell phone until I was in my 20s.
Man, I miss the
How
old
old are you?
Droid.
32.
Okay.
In all honesty, as much as I like modern cell phones and what they can do, the old Droid was great. It was really great.
I miss a good old flip phone.
Well, the old Droid was a slide phone, so you had the full keyboard in back.
Yeah, my first phone was one of
Larry-
those slide open ones that had the itty bitty keyboard that was extremely difficult to use.
Larry.
It was either extremely difficult or extremely easy to use, depending on the person.
Mine
and
was
it didn't
tiny,
really matter
so it
finger
was
size.
hard to use.
Larry, I still have a Nokia 3310 sitting around just for Snake.
I don't know what happened to my old Droid.
Yeah.
And
I don't even need
wish
phone calls.
Motorola
Nobody
would-
calls me.
I wish Motorola didn't sell their shit to Levano, because Levano's just kind of let it go to shit.
Levano or Lenovo?
Lenovo.
Okay.
Lenovo.
Did you know that
I
there's
mean,
a lot of people
I
out there
still
that
like
don't
the
even
phones,
know?
but they're. I still like the Motorola phones, but Lenovo is just trying too much to match Samsung instead of letting Motorola try and be Motorola.
Yeah.
Hell, I don't even know if Motorola is going to be a brand name for another decade at this point, because of how poorly Lenovo's managing it.
Yeah.
Nobody. I think I had the Juke for a hot minute.
I briefly had a Motorola 5G Ace.
The Motorola
And
Razr.
then my dad went kind of crazy and got me a new iPhone instead.
The Motorola Razr was.
That's an iconic phone.
It's an iconic phone. I hated the buttons on it.
Oh yeah.
But I
It
like
very
the.
much looked
But
like
it
a
fit.
Star Trek phone.
Yeah, but it fit so well in the pocket. That was the.
That's why it was so popular, yeah.
Remember when Blackberries were all the rage?
I still have a BlackBerry.
And BlackBerry said, "Oh, this touchscreen shit is not gonna catch on. This smartphone shit is not gonna catch on. We're gonna stick with what we do." Where are they now?
We're gonna give you a little clit to play with, and
Well, it's kind of the same thing. Like back when Blockbuster had the opportunity to buy Netflix, they're just like, that's not going anywhere.
yeah. Well, Larry, the point of making the phones as small as possible was because what are you gonna watch a movie on your phone? You don't need to do that. You just need a smaller phone so it fits in your pocket better.
Nowadays, completely possible to watch a movie on your phone.
Yeah. And then and so once everything became full screen, that's another thing. I'm hating the lack of buttons. I want a home button.
You know,
it's all touchscreen.
There are times I hate it, but at the same time, for the most part, it does not bother me.
It doesn't bother me anymore because I've gotten used to it. But I like having a little button at the bottom.
Well, in software, you can get a home button, but it's in software, and it's not a physical.
No,
button.
I want a physical button.
Like, I'd be cool with that. Put it on the side.
He wants something that he pushes and it clicks.
Yeah. Well, it's also sometimes I accidentally brush against the home thing, and now I'm taken out of whatever fucking thing I was doing. If it was a button, I'd have to press it.
Yeah, but even so, before they got rid of that altogether, it was just a capacitive point on the phone, not even a fucking button anymore.
Also, can we quit with the fingerprint shit?
I don't even think I set mine up on my most recent phone.
In the screen, it's not too bad, but
yeah, but
it's
always
convenient. When it works, it's convenient. That's about all I'll say about it.
I've always used an access code for my phone, always.
I like the fingerprint on mine because it's convenient and it's quicker, but I also completely get why it's kind of just pointless. So I'm glad that they put it in the phone. At least the fingerprint thing has more to it than the fucking Face ID.
That's another thing I've never bothered to set up.
The Face ID in some ways. The Face ID in some ways is just, hey, you have a face. It's gotten better, but it's easy enough to just unlock it.
Another thing is every smartphone I got is do you want to set up voice activation? I'm like, no.
Yeah, I used to use that periodically. I stopped. If it wasn't going to a place that could mine it for information, I might use it because it's useful on my motorcycle or driving. But the fact that it goes to some place where some sweatshop worker is gonna sift through it for 30 cents a day trying to find anything valuable that can be used to sell something to me. Fuck you. No.
Yeah. I don't need voice activation for shit. One, I talk in my sleep. So that could go weird.
This is also one of the reasons I don't have an Amazon Dot or anything like that.
Yeah. I've fallen asleep in my chair in a voice chat with Dina. in my dream, gotten into a fight with somebody and just like spat on my TV because I was spitting in their face. And
the last time I used
Like-
voice controls was on the Xbox One, but that's because it was still hardware controls. You could do everything through the hardware.
Yeah.
It didn't get
Yeah, I don't-
outsourced or anything like that.
Yeah, I don't mind voice controls for simple things like Xbox on. Sure, whatever.
Xbox Pause, Xbox
Yeah.
Play. It made remote
Yeah.
use so much easier.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're like,
that's all fine. When I can accidentally in my sleep be like, phone, call my ex. That's not cool. I don't need that in my life.
But also,
Yeah, like-
also with that voice, with the Xbox, for example, it was all hardware. I mean, they had an option to have it actually sent off and do stuff on an external server.
Oh, but it was all kept local? Yeah.
Yeah, it was all kept local. Or it could be
Yeah.
kept local. It was a setting in there.
It's like my
And
sister and my brother-in-law, they have like their entire house like rigged up with like things so that like Siri can hear you. It's just like it always just weirds me out.
Yeah. Yeah,
I'm not
I don't like
interested in
any of that shit.
It's just like turn on
Larry-
lights, start playing music. It's like what's the time? And I'm like I don't need any of this in my life.
Here. Larry,
If it
enjoy
was
the
all
Elon
local,
chip.
it'd be fine.
Larry, enjoy the Elon chip. I don't need that. My thoughts are dark. I'm gonna have police at my door. It's not gonna be a good time.
Yeah, honestly,
Yeah.
and the internet thing sucks. I wouldn't mind having like a home assistant like Amazon Alexa or Siri or whatever, as long as it was purely local. Could it? Would I be okay with it accessing the internet? Sure, because I might ask for it to look up the weather or something like that.
Yeah.
But the moment
Whole-
it sends that information out
Yeah.
more than it has to like, hey, what's the weather here? The moment it starts going, hey, this is his schedule. Hey, this is what he said. The moment it starts sending that shit out, no, I'm not
Yeah.
okay with that. Give me a home
The moment
server
it becomes
with
more
it.
data to be sold to advertisers, fuck that.
Yeah. When it's give me a home server that can run whether I'm connected to the internet or not, and I'll be happy. I don't want anything that has to connect to the internet to work. Certain features, sure, I can understand, like the weather, the news. In order for it to access that and get it for you, it would have to connect to the internet. But
To play
the
a song,
base functionality of, hey, Jeeves, set a reminder for this. Jeeves, what's my schedule look like today? I'm just using Jeeves because it's so commonly used.
Yeah. Well, I remember Ask Jeeves. I'm old enough for that.
Jeeves, have I missed my wife's birthday?
Yeah.
Is that why she's
Yeah.
mad at me?
Yeah. Pulling information from the internet is one thing. Putting information back out is another.
Yeah. I will say this, we have smart lights. They are some of the dumbest smart lights that you can get, and I did that specifically because while it's nice to be able to turn on lights when we're not home, and oh shit, I left that light on, I better turn it off since we're not there, and being able to set it up so that it's a schedule when sunset comes along, these lights turn on. I don't want the fucking light to be able to listen to me. I don't want it to be able to do more than turn on, off, and change colors.
Yeah.
That's it. It's a fucking light. I don't need it to do more than that. And it's the same reason why I've got a couple smart plugs for like Christmas lights and stuff.
That's fun. Yeah. Yeah,
I'm
I mean, all of my electronics, they have timers on them for shut off. Like, everything shuts off at a certain time. I'm generally in bed.
But that's a completely different thing compared to what's up.
Yeah.
It's just different. I don't know how else to put it.
All right. I think it's been a pretty good show.
Yeah.
Thank you,
Well,
everybody,
we
for
went on a
joining us.
tangent for an extra half hour.
Yeah.
It happens.
Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Join us next week here on Twitch or Kick.
Yeah.
Same time, same places.
Same places. Take care, everyone. Bye.
Larry, I'll talk you into creating a Kick account soon enough.